Think back to the plastic bag you got when you were shopping, worth about 8 cents, right? What if I told you that that seemingly insignificant purchase would also lead to the harm and potential death of endangered leatherback sea turtles? My name is Cassidy Draper, and today I'm going to be discussing with you a global issue that affects these turtle survival and affects us all. I'm enthusiastic about this topic because I spent some time with marine biologists in Costa Rica and got to see firsthand just how much plastic bags limit sea turtle survival. It's estimated by researchers that in 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish if we don't act now. My goal today is to spread some awareness regarding the severity of this issue, how it impacts leatherback sea turtle survival, and to discuss some of the alternatives and highlight the scale of how severe this is, and hopefully inspire you to and advocate for some change. In the words of Zero Waste Chef Anne-Marie Bonneau, together let's imperfectly reduce our impact rather than leaving it to the few who are striving for perfection. So plastic is gathering in the ocean at an alarming rate, and it affects turtle survival, it affects their ecosystem, but the solutions lie in convenient alternatives that are just simple adjustments in our lifestyle. The amount of garbage in the oceans is overwhelming, and the evidence is found through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch data. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a major ocean plastic accumulation zone in the subtropic waters between Hawaii and California, which is a major path for leatherback sea turtles when they're migrating. This area is 79,000 tons of plastic and is estimated to be the size of 1.6 million square kilometers, which scientists have compared to Texas. The estimate is also that this is 80% land-based origin plastic. Brad Nahill, president of Sea Turtles 2023, was recently quoted to me saying that turtles are affected at every stage of their life by plastic. And I was able to get this helpful graphic off of their website showing each stage that they are affected. According to Plastic Oceans Foundation 2018, more than 8 million tons of plastic is discarded yearly into our oceans, which has devastating effects on marine life. The impact from plastic bags on coastal environments is made clear through the beach cleanup data and recycling statistics. Unfortunately, plastic bags are not recycled as much as they should be. According to Chiu in her 2023 research, in the US, 5 to 6% is recycled, but only 9% worldwide. A plastic bag has a working life of 15 minutes, which is really unfortunate. And according to Blaze and Wells research in 2022, they were able to confirm, along with several other studies, that plastic bag interaction with leatherback sea turtles is detrimental effects. As you can see, this is very similar to a jellyfish, which is a leatherback sea turtle's main diet. So there's a host of harmful effects that come from them interacting with these bags. Now I'm going to discuss a little bit about the consumer's effect. So how we perceive the cost as a consumer affects our purchasing behavior. We've seen several other countries have success with a plastic bag tax. The tax raises the price of the bag, which corresponds to the cost of pollution, as found by some studies recently. However, consumers are still relatively unresponsive to minor charges, such as 6 cents, 13 cents, even 25 cents. Only when they had a 50-cent charge did they see a significant change in the behavior, which means a decrease in purchasing. Now that I have shared a little bit of the obstacles here, I wanted to talk about how studies have also found that our purchasing behavior is psychological at its core. In order to change our behavior, we need to change our perception of the issue. Now I'll talk a little bit about some alternatives. So some of these consist of bringing reusable bags when shopping, using bag drop-off services, and spreading awareness. A recent survey found that the reusable bag was the most ideal solution, but also the most difficult because people would forget. Even if they planned ahead, they could still end up buying more than they intended and end up needing to get plastic bags. Results from Bartolotta Ban the Bag 2021 research found that plastic bags were the #1 choice during their study over 48 hours at 2 different grocery stores. Another solution is the bag collection services offered by major retailers such as Target, Safeway. The bags are collected and taken to a special retailer who converts them into outdoor decking called Trex. Trex makes deck boards from plastic bags and sawdust material. They used 850 million pounds of polyethylene film in 2019 and surpassed 900 million in 2020. An excerpt from the recent article by Atlantic S and Waste 360 in their 2023 Composite Decks and Sustainability stated that Trex had upcycled 340 million pounds of polyethylene waste, and since their founding in 1996 has recycled 8 billion pounds of plastic. First, education is necessary through spreading awareness. Then we can increase a tax on the bags, which will decrease the price of reusable bags and make those more convenient at checkout. To prevent the waste, first we need to create the education. By expressing the reality of the severeness of the situation, we can reduce the amount of purchasing behavior. Next, making reusable bags more convenient at checkout and less expensive by increasing the tax on the plastic bags. Bartolotto shared that the voluntary decrease from the consumers is not effective and that policies in stores and legislation need to change in order to see a real impact. Lastly, I shared some alternatives to plastic bag use and ways that we can establish some solutions with our public and to help prevent further detriment and make others more aware of the situation so that we're able to all help together. In conclusion, plastic bag waste is a major issue that affects more than just turtles. It affects us all. We can make a difference by reducing what we don't need and recycling what we have. Bringing a reusable bag can be hard to remember, but every time we do, we'll feel great and we'll remember that feeling. I share the psychology behind the bag taxes and how increasing them is another way we can form a coalition against plastic waste. By advocating for this, I am in no way suggesting that larger companies have no involvement in the actions that must be taken to repair our planet, but I'll save that for my next speech. With the current state, it's easy to see how the problem will grow if we do nothing. However, alternative solutions suggest otherwise. The idea is not to eliminate plastic waste entirely, but it is to be more conscientious of how we're using it. We can put more thought into our plans for shopping. We can be more sustainable with our purchases and acknowledge that at our core, our behavior is psychological and can be changed with better habits. So, to avoid having more plastic in the ocean than fish, I ask you, is that bag worth it?